What's up, guys? This is Tyssassin, and welcome back to another episode. It's episode 25, and last time we built a huge gold farm in the Nether, and thing is, pretty overpowered and amazing. And today we've got some extra special plans. It's episode 25, and we're gonna do something that I'm really looking forward to. It's gonna be a special episode, and what we're gonna do is we are going to tour the world. That's right, it's world tour time, number 1. So I'm going to take you around. I'm going to show you some things and, all the stuff that's in our world and what we've been doing. And probably show you some things that you probably haven't seen before, behind the scenes stuff that I've been probably not showing you. So you get to see that, and we'll talk a little bit about, some plans for different parts of the world and what we've been doing, and talk a little bit about where we're going next. So that's kind of the plan for today. It's going to be a little bit of a different episode. It might be a little bit long. I'm going to try to not do a lot of cuts, not very many. We'll cut if I sneeze, or if the dogs bark, because the dogs bark sometimes. So if you're not interested in this episode, I totally understand. It may not be your thing, and you can feel free to skip this one, and we'll get back to normal stuff next time. But I think we'll be doing these maybe every 25 episodes, maybe not. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe a little bit early actually to do a world tour. Maybe we should cancel it, but we're not going to do that. So let's get started. So we are here in spawn, right where we started. In fact, we started right over about here. It was right about here is where we started. And when we started, we were in some water. There actually used to be a river that connected all the way from here, came around kind of into this circle area and over to there. And we spawned in, and we ran over to a hill that used to be right about here, and we chatted a little bit, and then I broke a tree right there somewhere. And then we headed over to this village, which I have since disabled, but this little village here was the first village that we've, kind of explored. Let's get rid of that. And now it's technically not a village as far as Minecraft is concerned, because it has no doors. And there's a reason I did that, is because out over there's a villager breeder. And of course we have some villages up here at spawn, because this is our iron farm. So if you don't know, you can build an iron farm or 4 here in your spawn chunks, and of course they'll run all the time. So this is a Doc M77 design. I think it was actually built originally, or designed originally, by JL, but the tutorial that pretty much everybody's seen this tutorial, but it's out there. It's actually by Doc. So we have 4 of them here at spawn, and there's actually a possibility that we may increase that someday. It produces enough for what I need, but I actually have built these so that you could put 1 below them under the ground, and 1 or 2 above them as well. So we could have a total of 12 or 16 here. We built these way back. Let's see, episode 5, I think, is when we built them. Maybe we built this one first, and then maybe built the rest. I can't remember. And then a couple episodes after that, or within the next couple episodes, we built out this, which is our iron farm storage here at spawn. And technically this isn't done, but it's kind of cool. We have an item elevator over here. This is where all of our iron and poppies come up, and I was kind of hoping that maybe it would happen, maybe, or maybe not. But anyways, this is where the iron flows into. We've got this much iron, and then we have a chest in here, or excuse me, a shulker box in here that has a little bit more, and some gold blocks. Nice. So we have a good amount of iron, and there's probably some in random chests and random parts of our world as well, because that's kind of how things work. But occasionally this gets up to the second chest, but that's about where it sits. In here there is some poppies behind this little door. I think we have a couple chests. This is where the bed is. I've been wondering where that is. I thought there was a bed over here. Yeah, I should probably put a pulse lengthener on that, but I don't go back there very often. But anyways, items come up here. I actually designed this little item elevator with these redstone lamps and really liked it, and I've actually used it in a couple places since. So you can see I'm a little ambitious with the amount of iron storage we have. It's kind of funny. I talked in the episode that there would be black concrete through here. This is something I do in a lot of parts of my world. I'll put a color behind the chest, or some sort of block behind the chest, so that you don't see this junk Look at that. Ugh, it's so ugly. But I never put the hoppers back here because, you know, I didn't have enough iron at the time, and I was like, oh, well, we'll just let this thing run, and then we'll put some hoppers behind these, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, never did that. Yep, none of these have hoppers behind them and no block concrete. So, you know, maybe we should do that sometime. I'll probably do that off camera. But anyways, this is the spot supposed to kind of look like run down and everything. You get some iron blocks in here. Of course, this is an iron farm and a hidden crafting table that you totally can't see. And yeah, this ender over here and each of the 3 corners that don't have the item elevator have little, very simple, come on, little simple ender pearl elevators. So there we go. Pretty easy. I got it covered with carpet. We'll eventually build this place out a little bit more, and you'll pretty much never know that that's there. But yeah, that's kind of the iron farm and the iron storage. Here we have a huge circle that I recently asked for some feedback, and a lot of people said, make the circle bigger. I agree. We're going to make it bigger eventually, but this is going to eventually be like a big wall, and we might build out some other stuff here. I do have a plan to build some other farms that will also work and spawn and kind of run all the time, or a specific feature of them will run all the time, and that's what's going to go underneath here. So there's a hole here where our very first beacon was put, so I could build this place out, but we'll dig down further, and there'll be like a second level. And then the idea here is that this redstone lamp will actually retract, and there'll be like a slime block, you know, thing. It shoots you up, and then you land on top of that, and then if you need to get all the way out, of course you go up there. So that's kind of the idea. Yeah, the other thing that we're gonna do at spawn, I think I'll wait. We'll wait until I get there. I'll tell you what that particular feature is, or that farm is that we're going to be building. So, but yeah, this is the spawn. We got our spawn portal that heads to the nether, and then of course this granite block with the torch on it is the actual spawn point in the world. And I think I explained that in episode 4, how to find that, but basically you drop some items through the end portal and it'll land in a spot in your overworld, and that's what's here. And I've contemplated many times taking this granite block out, but it's been here a really long time, and I don't know. I feel like I take it away. It's a terrible thing. So we'll head to the nether in just a little while. We're gonna head in the overworld here because it's not something I do very often. But right over here, to the west, is a little villager breeder, and this is the only villager breeder currently in our world. It's just a tiny one, and it has a bunch of these dudes in it, and I don't really pay much attention to it because we haven't really dove into this yet. But up there's a guy and some doors, and then of course there's some dudes down here, and they're doing their thing. And there's what's left of there used to be a track that went this way, and this is how we actually fed our iron farms and put villagers in each of these little containers, is just by building out this. And there's of course a big potato farm over here because I grossly underestimated the need for crops. There's also a real simple, actually I don't even think, no, stop, go away. I don't know where that came from. Oh, that's right, there's a dispenser over here. Yeah. Yep. I know what's going on. So yeah, this is more than 100 blocks from the village and from that, and yeah, that was kind of the idea. So I do come over here occasionally and like see if I can get a librarian with a decent book, but so far I can't. This is the second village that we found, and over here somewhere there's a guy who has like a power book or a flame book or something. He's somewhere inside of here. I can't remember. What's this guy have? Fire aspect 1. And Frostwalker and Punch. Yeah, that's not very exciting. So I have put him in here though, because occasionally I come over here and I trade rotten flesh and paper and, you know, get some emeralds. But I actually have another place that's a little bit better than this now. But in episode 1, we were on the run and we found those 2 villages. Of course, the one was really easy to find. And then we headed out here, and you can see there's a desert temple over here. And this is where we made our very first base. And yeah, it's kind of cool. I modified it a little bit. That wood that's up there is not part of the design. I'll explain that in just a second. But we have our sheep farm and our cows for milk for when we fought the wither, and some random wool over here. What? Whoa, that's interesting. Is there Am I standing? Am I gonna die? I don't understand. Anyways, a random ender chest over here. And yeah, this is kind of where we hung out for quite a while before we actually built our original base. And I think, I'm trying to think when we did the base reveal, was it episode 8 or 9, something like that. But yeah, features here, we have a carrot and potato farm and a melon and pumpkin farm. And yeah, that's about it out here. We also have sugarcane farm, which I can't remember when the last time was I harvested this, but obviously it wasn't too long ago because, yeah, it hasn't grown back. I'll show you the base in just a second, but several episodes ago, what feels like just yesterday, we found a special friend. And yeah, he's in here. You could probably see him. He's an invisible spider. So I found out in like 1.6 or something, spiders could start spawning with random potion effects, and they're actually permanent potion effects. I've actually found a whole bunch of these in our mob farms since, so it's not that exciting, but I'm pretty excited about it. I'm going to bring him back. His name is Sneaky the Spider, and even though he's name tagged, you can't tell what his name is because he's invisible and it doesn't show up. So yeah, this is our little base. I modified the desert temple a little bit and put in some storage on the sides and an enchanting table system. Yeah, it's a system. It's a redstone marvel. What are we at in here? Curse of Vanishing. That's super important. Some night vision potions. Yeah, that's real exciting. Little potion setup over here, and then there's probably, yeah, there's still some blocks left over here, so I'm gonna have to come and get these eventually, but I don't have really anywhere to put them at base because we haven't really done storage. So some nice netherrack. What's over here? Oh, this is all of our original items. So the very first wooden pickaxe I made in episode 1 in like the first minute or something. All this first stone tools, iron tools, the very first diamond pick. Actually, really exciting. In was it in this desert temple? Somewhere we found an efficiency 2 and a fortune 2 book and put that together, which was super useful at the beginning. The original iron gear. So yeah, we'll have to do something with that sometime. We've got a bunch of random stuff here, a bunch of redstone that I've left behind. I've done a lot of mining. Ooh, saddles and stuff. Oh, 13. That's a record. Okay, cool. Yeah, so a bunch of random stuff that's in here, I guess. I wonder if there's 23 compasses. That's probably from trading, I bet. Oh yeah, all of the swords. I forgot about this. I don't know if I've ever shown this before, but in order to get the original Master Sword and the fire sword that I have that has fire aspect on it, I had to do a lot of enchanting. So I have all these diamond swords with random enchants in here, just in hopes of getting something decent. This is our super advanced furnace array 3.7. Still working on that design. Some potions over here. No potions. Looks like we have potions in here. Just water bottles. Our nether wart farm, and of course our portal. And this portal actually moved a few times. It was like right here inside of the wall, and there's like obsidian showing. And then I moved it again so that I couldn't see the obsidian. And then I was irritated with hearing the nether portal sounds. And I moved it down here. So yeah, I built this little nether portal room. It's kind of nice. I like it. And yeah, that's kind of the base number 1. We hang out here for, I don't know, 8 or 10 episodes, what seemed like a pretty long time. But there's some other stuff that we did around here. So, over here, fly, you got to press the space button twice. That's how that works. There we go. Over here is, the mines. So there's a cave that's around here somewhere. I'm not really sure where the cave is. But there's a cave around here somewhere that we made into our mine. And then there's actually, I'm trying to think, there's a hole in the ground around here somewhere, I thought. Oh, there it is. Over here is our first XP farm that we made. So down over here to the right, there's our mines that we originally kind of used to get resources and stuff like that. I've since done other resource gathering in mines in other parts of the world, but we found a zombie spawner right here, and I was super excited because I was like, okay, well, we can make an XP farm. But then I found a few more, and yeah, a lot better. But yeah, down here's our very first branch mine. It goes way down there, and each of these little tunnels goes a couple hundred blocks over to 0, if I remember right. So I don't know why I never removed that lava. It's just super annoying, and I've burned myself on it many times. I also don't know why I haven't made a ladder up here, but I don't really go down here very often anymore, but over here we have our first XP farm. And yeah, I was pretty excited about this. These are 2 zombie spawners, and they are super close to one another. So you can kind of just stand in right here, and they will spawn in, and kind of cool. They go through water streams back around here, and some of them are actually covered up. You can see that little stone there. Actually, you can see zombies coming through there. They come down through here, up these water streams, and then fall down into this area. And it does weaken them a decent amount, so they're, especially with a good sword, they're one-hit kills. But yeah, this is kind of the first XP farm that we had in the world. There's probably random goodies in here. Oh, a diamond chestplate. I think that was from an actual zombie. So, but yeah, pretty cool little spot. I like it quite a bit. Real simple build, but really useful. So we did a little bit of mending here until we put together other XP farms in the world. So I always have trouble flying out of here, but you know, I don't really want to climb that ladder. Come on. Got it. What else is over here? There is one other thing that's over here, and I think it's this direction. So in episode 2, I think it was in episode 2, we fought the Wither and the Ender Dragon. Yeah, all the way in episode 2, believe it or not. Did I make this? What is this? Why is there water right here? I can't remember where I had that little hole that I made in the world. Yeah, it's right over here. So back there is the original base, right? And we're kind of like on the opposite side of all those villages, but there's this little hut over here. I decided that I didn't want this little hole in the ground to be undecorated, so I made myself a little hut. And yeah, at the very bottom there's a hole in the world, or a hole, like a battle station, and apparently a bed and stuff. And this is where we fought the Wither for the first time. And actually, I think I fought it here for the second time as well. Actually, I have two beacons in the world right now. And yeah, it looks like I did, because I haven't repaired the top. I think I just repaired what I could. But yeah, a little hidey hole here, battle station, and of course you can hide behind all of these and, you know, fire off your shots and all that. So somewhere, I guess, must be like right here, I had a hole in the ground for actually spawning in the Wither. But the other thing that's really cool in here, and I don't know if anybody else in the world is excited about it, because, you know, they probably have seen them before, but I have never in Minecraft found what is up here. Unless I took it down, I'm pretty sure I didn't. I considered taking it down because it's actually filled with a resource that's super valuable. But yeah, I did take it down. Oh, it's pretty sad. Well, anyways, where this coal is, there used to be a fossil, and it was the first fossil I have ever found in Minecraft and playing for several years now. And yeah, it was super cool. But I took it down because I'm apparently a jerk. If I remember right, I took it down because of the fact that I needed bone meal to... I'm gonna die. I needed bone meal. How did that not hurt me? I needed bone meal so that I could feed the nano farms that I used for my villager breeder. Yeah, I think that's about it here. So I think what we'll do next is we will head to the Nether through this portal over here. And there's actually something semi-close to this portal that I think I'll show you. So I don't know if you've ever seen, if I've ever shown on camera this particular path. But we'll jump in the Nether here and I'll show you. Yeah, so, oh, by the way, I've made some changes to the Nether, just so you know. I don't think I've mentioned that in the episode yet, but I'll show you some of the things I've done before. But down this little hole here, this is the portal to the first base, and that, of course, is the spawn portal over there. But down this hole and out here, I think, is a desert village, and in that village there is some particularly good villagers. Namely, there's a... Oh, you know what? We're going the wrong way, I bet. Namely, there's a villager there that has mending. Can I get over this way? Yeah, I can. So, yeah, let's jump over here. Can I go in that way? No. And jump. Okay. So yeah, if we jump in here, there's a village out here. I'm gonna grab my bed just in case I need to sleep super fast. and we're okay. But you can see I've got my some villagers encased in glass here, and they each have decent stuff. Silk Touch for 10, which actually you think is really good, but it's not. Depth Strider 3 and Lure, and there we go. One of these guys has like power or sharpness or something like that, but this guy over here has Silk Touch for 7, I think. So sharpness 5, which is awesome. Silk Touch for 5, that's what it is. And this guy over here is our mending villager, and if I remember correctly, he's got a pretty good deal. I think it's 26. It's not the best, but it's pretty good. Yeah, oh, 16. Oh, man, not bad. There's a couple other things out in this part of our world that I do visit pretty often. Number one is our sand quarry. And yeah, we've dug out a pretty decent amount over here. And I've done some sand quarrying in another spot too. But yeah, this is our sand quarry and our really super awesome line of cactuses. It's amazing. Look at it. Yeah, this is a good spot. I spend a good amount of time here, unfortunately, because, you know, glass and all that. And yeah, I think we'll probably completely wreck this desert eventually. There is actually one other thing over here that I don't think I've ever shown on camera. It's out this direction. I think. Yeah, it is. So right over here, you'll notice there's a beacon beam, and that's because there's a mine down here. Just seemed like a good place to do it. And yeah, speed mine in sight of future project. Don't worry about these signs. But yeah, the speed mine is down there. I don't know why I put these signs up. Oh, I know why. Because when you make a sign, it's 3 signs. But anyways, there's a beacon down there and just a little speed mine that I put together because I needed some resources at one point. I can't remember. Was it gold? Anyways, I hit that up every once in a while. Not super often, but been a pretty useful little area of the world. There is actually a second beacon over there, which actually you may not even know that there is one in the world. But I decided to do some more wither skeleton hunting in the end fortress, or the end fortress, the nether fortress that is right actually over by our spawn portal. When we put up the original portal, there was another fortress right next to it. And that original portal, if I remember correctly, we put our first portal up at our base, if I remember. So we're gonna head back over here. I've actually, I think, closed up this route, so we'll have to break through the ceiling. Oh no, I haven't. I totally thought. Okay, well that was a waste of time originally going that little path. So yeah. Here in the Nether, we have a number of portals, and I've done some work on them recently. I've carved out these huge tunnels here and make sure our bridges were 3 wide and all of that. And the cool thing about carving them out, they're 4 by 3, and now we can, of course, fly through them, which is, you know, super duper ideal. So I've got myself prepared with multiple elytra and plenty of rockets. So. But we'll head over here real quick. This is one of my favorite parts of the world that I've probably shown once. And there goes the bridge. Rip nether tunnel. So, yeah, over here... Oh, yeah, almost landed by accident. Over here at this end of this super long tunnel is an ice spikes plains. Ice plains spikes. I can't remember what the name of this dumb biome is. And yeah, I've torn apart a decent amount of it and acquired some packed ice. And actually, I keep it in my ender chest here. That's what's left. There used to be actually a couple of these, and there's not. That's pretty much it. I need to actually come down here very soon because that path that we just flew down, we need that to be packed ice so that I can do the boat on the ice thing. So. But yeah, nice little biome over here, and if I remember right, there was something over here too, but I can't for the life of me remember what it was. But this is a pretty expansive packed ice spikes biome or whatever. So there's plenty of it to be had in here, and I'm quite sure that there'll be none eventually. I'll probably have mined it all out because this is a super useful resource and there's no other way to get it. So yeah, actually it's not as big as I thought it was. But anyways, let's head back into the portal here, and I'll probably cut real quick so that way you don't have to watch me fly down that tunnel again, and we'll head back towards the spawn area of our nether. All right, there's a couple other random places I could show you here. So over here on the other side of the, I should probably give you some context here. That right there is the portal for our first base. And of course, this is a spawn portal that heads out to our main base portal. Over here is, what is over here? Is this a slime farm? It might be the slime farm. No, this is... Oh, this is a really cool spruce forest thing that I found, and I decided to make a portal to. I'm not sure that we'll do anything here anytime soon, but it's kind of cool. It's got like a whole bunch of the taiga biomes like all connected together, so you get kind of like the skinny trees and the big trees and all that, tall ones, short ones, etc. It's kind of cool. It's also a good place to find podzol, which is pretty awesome block that we haven't done really anything with yet, but I do really like it. It's nice because you can, do all sorts of cool paths and stuff with them, and then of course they're useful in technical builds as well. Now the question is, can I find my portal again? There it is. I decided to like build this portal into like some mossy cobble rocks that were already here, and I thought that would look cool. It looks okay, and I don't know why bother making it look cool. We never come out here, but anyways, it's incredibly difficult to find. So back in the nether, so again, I made these tunnels, and what we'll do in the end is right along the middle here, we'll put a path of packed ice, and then we'll make some sort of tunnel design to make it look okay and make it spawn proof, because of course these pigmen will get in the way. But of course a boat on packed ice is super fast. I think officially the fastest way to travel in Minecraft. Maybe not, but I feel like it's must be the closest, or pretty close. Up there is our gold farm, and I'll show that to you really quickly while we're in the area, because we're going to head away from this in a minute. We got a little minecart elevator that goes up, and it does allow us to also access the nether ceiling, which means that we could do other stuff. And there it is from a distance. And this thing, we made this last episode. If you didn't see it, you should really see it. It's a good episode, and also this farm is ridiculous. This is a Il Mango design, and up here we have our storage. We basically sorted nuggets, ingots, chicken, feathers, and rotten flesh, and then this rotten flesh already is full. So what happens is it hits an item filter here with more rotten flesh and goes down into a dropper there that actually spits it out into lava, so no worries there. And then over here we have a little furnace array, and yeah, those of course smelt up the gold swords and put them in here. So the cool thing with this is there's no need for a non-stackable item filter, and that means we just have kind of 2 clocks that run on this, and it keeps it pretty efficient. So there's just a clock here, there's a clock there, redstone clock I mean, that spits those items out. But otherwise we are sorting all of the items that can come from this farm, and then what's left is gold swords. So that's kind of the idea I went with. Up here is the actual farm. You can see there's some XP from last time that I was here, and basically right here is where you stand. You can see these zombie pigmen out there. There's some iron golems out there as well. So the idea here is you fly, there we go. Out here, these iron golems will actually draw the magma cubes out, so that way you don't have the magma cubes clogging up the system, and of course taking up some of the spawn cap. And the where are they? The zombie villagers, zombie pigmen that are out here are alarm pigmen. So they're all name tagged. And basically when I anger these pigmen from the farm over there, these guys will help. You can see they're all alert piggies. These guys will help to keep aggro on the farm. So pretty useful. The way that we're killing the zombie pigmen is with entity cramming, max entity cramming. So there's 24 mine carts, which are entities, hanging out in each of these spots, and basically we come over here, there it is, and we go up to the top with, there's only a ladder on one side, which I could put one on each side just so it's symmetrical, but you anger the pigmen. You turn down the volume for hostile creatures to like super low, because my gosh. And then, yeah, you just hang out right here. They all come through, at you, and they'll hit these and immediately start taking damage. And then there's basically, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a glass block here, a slab here, so you have direct line of sight to these alert pigmen as well. So you can kind of hang out here, do your mending, and, you know, get your levels up. You can see I'm rocking 308 levels right now, which is straight ridiculous. Can I throw that from here? Nope, failure. But yeah, it's a pretty useful farm, and we've already acquired quite a few gold blocks from it. I think over here there might be a couple more. No, there's not any here. And then, yeah, once you've done your AFKing, you can come down here and you can craft up all your gold ingots, or gold nuggets into ingots, and ingots into blocks, etc. So I've got enough storage here for like a 10-hour, 12-hour, somewhere around that AFK session, so pretty good. And then if this thing's full up, it should be able to smelt all the swords too from the calculations that I've done, so should be good. But yeah, pretty awesome farm. This thing is, yeah, it's like really overpowered and it's ridiculous. So let's move on from here though. We'll head down to the bottom and luckily get caught. There's a whole bunch of slime blocks here just because I don't trust that this thing will always catch me. And it hasn't once, actually. Over here, so that went to that Podzol Tega thing. That's the spawn, or the first base. And over here is where our main base is. And I left this to the last because there's a lot to see over here, and it's probably my favorite. But before we head over there, there's one more place to stop off at. And that is over here. This is the slime farm. That's gonna go in the portal. I'm sure of it. Nope. There we go. You have to crit it. Crit. So yeah, we'll jump into here. This is where the slime farm is. We've got a slime farm out here in a deep ocean biome, and yeah, it's pretty rocking. It's a 2-chunk slime farm. I could have done more. You know, there's certainly other places that I could have built it, but you know, it's just me here. I don't play with any other players, so it's not really a lot of reason to have like a 4 or 8 or 27. I don't think anybody's ever made a 27 chunk slime farm. Yeah, just like everywhere, I have a whole bunch of stuff laying around. There's actually a whole bunch of chests over here too. I don't know if you noticed. There's like, I don't know, 9 double chests that spawn too. The issue is that I don't have a bulk storage system yet, and I will very soon, but currently I don't. So the idea here is you can AFK out at the end of this platform, and the slimes will, of course, spawn, and they jump off. They run towards iron golems and fall down onto magma blocks, and then there's some, there goes one right now. There's some minecarts with hoppers that are picking up the slime, and they can kind of just hang out right here. This is the perfect spot. It's right in the middle of the farm, and there's a total of 6 or 12, 6, I can't remember. There's quite a few item elevators over here, dropper elevators, just shooting up items right down there at the bottom. And we should see some, yeah, there they go. So let's just go up there, and this ridiculous aqueduct system that I made that looks terrible, and I really should probably do something about, but haven't yet. But yeah, they just go up there and into the system, and I don't think there's a lot here. There's a decent amount. Yeah, I haven't been here for quite a while, so I need to probably do a proper AFK session here because we do use slime fairly often. It's a really useful block, and of course, to make sticky pistons, you need slime as well. So yeah, pretty cool setup. I used an observer clock-based item elevator down here that I really like. I can't remember whose this is. This isn't my design, but basically when this comparator senses that there's items in this dropper, it will of course put in a signal, push this out, and it will, between these two observers, do a super fast clock that basically can handle 2 hopper chains. So I've got 3 on each side instead of 6, which is good. And then, yeah, you can see down here the slimes falling down. They take damage immediately. They're attacking, you know, the iron golems, of course. And when they die, they will drop their slime balls. And, yeah, they go up here and that. And, yeah, there you go. So you can also go under here, which is a lot of fun, into this mode. Well, you used to be able to until I put that wall up. But anyways, yeah, this is the slime farm. This thing is pretty awesome, and it's awesome because it's in a deep ocean biome, which means that there's not a lot of cave lighting to do, and actually there's probably more cave lighting to do than what I did, to be honest. Bloop, there we go, don't want that anymore. And yeah, it's nice too because you don't have to worry about mobs spawning around you really all that much. Obviously I could probably light up these islands and stuff like that, but it's just really not needed with this thing. So it's fast enough by itself. And like I said, since it's in a deep ocean biome, we don't have to worry too much about lighting up caves. It was kind of cool clearing out that water as well. That episode, it's actually one of my most watched episodes. Whoa. Lag spike, anybody? People really seem to like that episode. Do you mind? This is my ice bridge. Yeah, let's head over here. So down this tunnel. I can't wait to put some rails and stuff on this because it'll make it a little bit more reasonable. I think I forgot to turn my language. I think I forgot to turn my volume back up for these guys. Don't want to get attacked by a ghast or something. That would be a bummer. But yeah, right over here is the actual base. And yeah, I added one more thing here. I obviously put these streams in, or these packed ice things and the tunnels and all that, but I also have been working on a map. That's right. I've been working on a map. So this is a map of our base, and actually over here, there's a map of our base too. And this is sort of a before and after. It's something I always wanted to do, actually, in Minecraft, and never did. And I actually forgot to do it until after we had made our mob farm, which is what this little diamond here is. This spot right here is the center of our base, right where that little blue dot is. That is actually an end portal. An end portal to the end, because we live in a stronghold. But you can kind of see there's the second level of our base that we built a couple episodes ago, and another work farm, sugarcane farm is right there. You can see the wheat farm, my super advanced wheat farm. And yeah, this map is going to change quite a bit. There's a reason that I went this big with this, because there's going to be things all about, and I hope to expand into other areas over here too eventually. So, but yeah, definitely this center area, even out to these village and all that, where that ravine is, it's all going to become a part of our base in time. So, pretty cool. But it's cool to see, this is what it looked like before, and yeah, this is what it looks like now. And yeah, have to be super careful, because if I take any of these maps through this portal and have them in my hand, they'll update and it'll ruin my before and after, right? I have a copy of each of them in the base as well, and of course we'll keep that up to date. So that way when you walk into the nether, you can see the before and after. I'd love to do, it'd be really great to do a before and after here at the base, but it's not really an option. So if you're new and you haven't seen it, this is our base. It's just a circle, and there's one chest for storage, and yeah, that's it. Nope, just kidding. It's all a bunch of stuff below. But before we head out to the base and check out all that is the base, there is actually one other place, or really two other places that we could go. So over here, how's my wings are doing pretty good. Over here we have a couple of farms that are pretty awesome. Some of my favorite farms in Minecraft, which is, probably a lot of people probably disagree with me on this, but I really like these farms, and it is a flower farm. So especially recently with the updates that give you, dyes you're using dyes for things like concrete and all of that. This farm's pretty useful. So this is a flower farm here in a what do you call it? A flower forest biome. And so you can kind of go in here, take in your different bone meals, toss them in these chests. There's actually two of them, because they chain into two different hopper chains, and then you just flip this switch and you get yourself lots of lag and tons of items on the ground. So yeah, super great farm. Built this, when did I build this? Episode 13, 12? Can't remember, somewhere around there. 13, 12? I'm not sure. I hate wasting this, so let's just toss this back in here. So yeah, that's the flower farm. This thing is pretty awesome. Little design I put together myself. There's not very many of these farms out there, but I think if we go right here, yeah, we could go in there. Should we go in there? Yeah, let's go in there. So it's a little hard to navigate in here, but basically there's observers monitoring this line here, and there's a hopper chain, of course. I think there's like pretty much one item or something crazy in here. There's two items. So every couple of few ticks, this thing will go off and spit bone meal up onto the grass. And it's timed in a way so that the bone meal always goes off before these pistons push the dirt along. So really it's kind of a simple thing. It's not super complicated, but that is kind of the idea. Let me toss that back in there. And yeah, this is one. So our base is that direction. There's a portal here that's not hooked up to anything because, you know, I'm lazy and haven't done it. And over here, across this roofed forest, which by the way, this is often where I come to get dark oak wood. I just kind of land in here, and you can actually probably see there's still actually dirt or grass that's growing, but this is where I get a lot of my dark oak wood. I've kind of started to trim away this forest. Luckily, I have enough saplings that, you know, for right now, I don't need to come over here and deforest the area. But over here, we have a swamp, and in this swamp, there's actually a witch hut somewhere around here, I think, too, if I remember right. Is there a witch hut around here? Yeah, maybe some of y'all remember, but I swear there was like a witch hut like right there, but there's not. Yeah, over here, we have another one. What? Why would you need two? Well, here in the swamp, we have this awesome flower right here, which I think is a blue azalea. It's a blue orchid. I never know the name of this thing. But anyways, you can flip this guy on, and of course it goes crazy and makes these flowers, which give you light blue dye, which is awesome because that means you don't have to use lapis to make light blue dye. And then the only dye that you have to use lapis for is blue dye, because lapis is blue dye. You don't actually make the dye. Can I? Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, this thing is also super OP and amazing, and I love it, and it's great. And I don't really want these seeds, so we're gonna press this button. Bye. Again, there's a portal over here that I've not done anything with, and I think there's a supply of some bone meal in here. Yeah, pretty useful farm. So I like having access to these dyes. Man, we've cleared through a lot of rockets already. I like having access to these dyes so that, you know, I can make cool concretes and, you know, color my shulker boxes and all of those good things. So yeah, let's head back. I'll take you with me here. We'll head back to the base and fly in and talk a little bit about what's going on at the base. So we should be just around this corner, if I remember correctly. I want to fly through here really quickly. So my base is just right over there. And there's like this random awesome hole in the world right here that always has mobs in it, and I like to fly through it, but I want to do something with this someday. If you got any ideas on what I can do with that, if you're this far into the episode, let me know. What do you think? I think it could be pretty cool. So yeah, over here, we'll land right on top of this guy. This is our sugarcane farm, which goes all the way to the bottom of the world and has, yeah, an insane amount of sugarcane. So this little village over here is probably completely dead by now. There was no useful villagers in there. And I'm guessing there's probably no villagers in there by now because, you know, zombies and stuff, they tend to, you know, kill villagers. So yeah, and I'm here a lot, and I haven't lit that up and don't particularly care about it. But eventually this village will probably be demolished unless I decide, you know, to do something other, you know, different. So over there is a nether wart farm, which, wow, I never got around to planting. This is my super advanced wheat farm. It is just a redstone marvel. What it allows you to do via the redstone that it has is come in here and punch wheat and then obtain it. It's pretty impressive stuff. I mean, I must say, design of my own. I designed it myself. Okay, nobody can take credit. It's all mine. Yeah, it's just a wheat farm. I'm eating golden carrots now, so you know wheat farms aren't probably super useful, and we'll probably blow it up at some point with some TNT because that's fun. So this is the second level of my base, and I'm going to talk about that in just a little while. But for right now, I think what we'll do is we'll gracefully head into the end, and we'll talk about random damage. We'll talk about what's going on in the end. So up here we have our super high-tech bridge of netherrack that I swear one of these days I'm going to get around to actually making a freaking bridge in here. And this is our end. We only have a single portal, gateway portal. What do you call this? Gateway? I think that's it. We only have one of these so far, and we'll get more. I just haven't gotten around to fighting the Ender Dragon a whole bunch. I actually need to because we could actually use some dragon breath. We have taken down one in a bit pillars, and have like a shulker box in my ender chest with obsidian in it, which is super useful because I don't want to have to like go get it every time I need it. So I brought a haste beacon out here and took down this one and started taking down this one and then moved on with my life. I'll probably, would it be crazy to take all these down before I respawn the Ender Dragon? Maybe I will. If you don't know, these pillars will, of course, respawn when you respawn the Ender Dragon. Over here is our original Enderman farm. You can just stand right here and stare at Endermen and make them mad. And yeah, we got a chest filled with random junk. And yeah, there's also something else really cool over here, which is the real reason I brought you to the end. So this, of course, is our platform. And you might notice over there, there's a little something. So we can fly off. It's kind of nice that this is, you don't have to use a rocket to get over here. And you'll notice that it gets really loud again. This is another one of those places where you go into the music and sounds and you turn this down to like super low. But this is our Enderman farm, and yeah, I really like it. So if you didn't see the episodes, I would highly recommend watching, I have it written down here, episode 14. And what episode 14 will do is explain to you how to take Ilmengo's really simple Enderman farm that I built originally. That's the one that goes back that direction, and make it into a triple Enderman farm, which is awesome and is a good bit faster, actually, a good bit. So basically, what happens is Endermen spawn here. Of course, they can't spawn on the glass, so they'll spawn here, they run over here, they run towards our friend Mighty. I don't know if you'll be able to see him. Is that what his name is? Mighty? I don't know. Endermite and a minecart. But I just basically tripled it to make it a little bit faster, and that really did work. I was a little bit worried that maybe it wouldn't work because I didn't do any testing whatsoever, but it totally worked. And it's a pretty amazing farm. So in here, you've got your Endermen, and you kill them and you get the XPs, and kind of nice because you can walk away from it. This cobblestone wall prevents you from, getting extra XP. There's little dropper elevators over here, little item elevators, woo, that bring the ender pearls up and into these chests, and I'm sure we have quite a few. Wow, we have, quite a few. So 5 rows of 4 double chests filled. This is our enchanting area over here. We have some random enchanted gear in here that I probably should combine. Some lapis. I think I was planning on, yeah, this is all waiting for like some particular enchantment. Each of them needs something. So in here we have some random storage that I have yet to use, I think. Pretty sure. But eventually I'll probably just start taking stuff like this and stick it in there. And then over here is a storage room for books. And that's actually what's going to go in here. So yeah, pretty good farm. I like it quite a bit. I think it looks pretty good. We've got our Enderman head over here, so you got the face of the Enderman. He's not, it's not pixel perfect, but it does look like an Enderman to me. It's kind of funny is that you don't see the purple of their eyes through this very well. It's like super hard to see. It's purple glass. So anyway, so that's our Enderman farm. I like this place quite a bit. It's pretty amazing, and of course it's accessible right through the middle of our base, which is part of the reason that I've got things like book storage and plan to store, enchanted items and stuff there, is because it's super close to base. So, but yeah, let's jump back through here and let's talk about the base. This is of course the most important part of the episode, and yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm a big fan of our base. My base, it's not really yours. I mean, I feel like it's yours too, but I'm the one. Let me tell you, I'm the one doing all the work around here, okay? What have you done? No, I'm just kidding. You've done a lot. You've watched the episodes and liked them and subscribed and all of that. So yeah, I'm just joking with you, of course. Thank you for that. I'm a jerk. Anyway, so yeah, let's talk about who's over here and what's going on over here. This is my original bulk storage system. It's yeah, just filled up with junk, and that's mostly from digging out that giant hole over there. We do have our friend Sheep over here. Sheep is our horse. Sheep the horse. Yeah, it's confusing, I know, but that's what his name is. I can't change it. Ooh, TNT. Yeah, this is where Sheep lives. We don't hang out with him much because he's a horse and he's not like wings. So yeah, poor guy. But he's a good guy. I like him quite a bit. he's fairly fast, and he's the only horse that I really have tamed in the world, so you can't talk too much smack. Down there is the hole, and I didn't want to get rid of it. It's another thing. This is the hole that I dug originally to get to the stronghold that's actually our base. And then again, you can see we got our sugarcane farm over here. We've got our netherwort farm over there. That thing is pretty awesome. I think, yeah, that's actually my design. Pretty good. This is Cubfan 135's design. I made a couple small changes to it, but it's really his design. So this is the second level of our base, and I just actually recently dug this out. It's a 39 or 37 circle. This is the second tier, and there's going to be other tiers, and this base will begin to spread out quite a bit. Currently on this level, you have access to the netherwort farm. So this is where you would come in, and the idea here is that you can, walk around, hold right click, and, oops. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and need that back. Thanks. Hold right click and, plant two rows of, or two levels of the netherwort. Netherwort? Yep. At the same time. And there are 7 snow layers here, exactly 7. You can see it's not a full block. That's why you can see the edge of this, of this snow right here. And the reason it's 7 blocks is so that you can plant both of these and easily access the third one right here. And you just climb up to the next one all the way up to the top and get them all planted. And then when you're ready to harvest, you flick this lever and yeah, it will very quickly send water down. I bet we're gonna see it, and then we're gonna see it disappear because I flipped it twice. But anyways, that water will cycle all the way down to the bottom, and of course harvest all of the netherwort, and it all lands into item streams and goes into the base. Nothing on the other sides yet, but of course there's always major plans to be done. So let's get down to the best part of the base currently, which is the end portal room. So here is our end portal room. Kind of a nice design. I was kind of going for a kind of a richer color, I guess. I'm still not sure if I like this carpet, but yeah, we got some blues and purples here. I consider this to be the blue level. You got blue in different parts of the base on this level, and yeah. And here we've got our sugarcane farm storage. It's it's a fairly new farm. I got a few chests. I've actually used quite a bit of sugarcane recently, but kind of cool. You can actually view the farm here. You can see the thing in action when it fires off, or check how the growth is going. And that sugarcane comes in through an item stream at the bottom of the world. It'll hit an item elevator and go up through here. I still haven't fixed this, by the way, in case you know what I mean. Items go up there, and then of course they go into a hopper chain and into this room here. So that's kind of the idea there. And we've got one of these in each corner for different parts of our base, or different items that we're automating. In here, we have our melon and pumpkin farm. This is actually directly below the netherwort farm. So the netherwort farm sits on top of this thing. And there's like five layers that all look like this. They're like a 9, I think, 9 by 9. And I just realized that you keep letting me leave this off. I mean, thank you. You gotta tell me. What if there was an Enderman or something in here? Anyway, so yeah, it harvests all of these guys, and you'll see there's a minecart that will drop down. Boop. And collect it all, and then it goes down to the bottom and it shoots all of those items up through this item stream right over here, and goes into this system. So you'll see behind these chests here, we got some different colors. This red one here is for netherwort, which we have a good amount of, and then you have your pumpkins, and over here at the end starts the melons, which, yeah, I've recently crafted a ton of them into melon blocks, because that's ultimately what we want. And really the reason we have this farm is for villager trading. That's kind of the main reason. Is that going to be shooting those up here soon? Not sure. Over here on the other side is our mob farm, and this mob farm's kind of just built right into our base. It's not the most super duper efficient thing in the world, but a couple of things of redstone here that you can flick, and those will turn on the farm. And there's basically one of those controls some minecarts, lets those minecarts at the bottom of the farm loose, and the other one controls these water streams, the water that gets pushes the mobs. I haven't made a lot. There's very few cuts in this episode, okay? Give me a break. Anyways, there goes some mobs falling down to the bottom. They hit some magma blocks at the bottom just on the off chance that they, they don't die. they'll land on these magma blocks. You see these items here, and those, of course, get picked up by minecart hoppers. We also, I refer to this area as the secret government lab. The idea is of course, the scientists here are doing some important testing on their zombies and creepers. These are their test subjects, of course. And yeah, they have their, lab equipment, a cauldron, I don't know, whatever it is. And then they can sit here, and this would be like some sort of screen that like, scans the mobs as they come down. So anyways, I know it's a stretch, but that's the idea. We also have our storage over here, storing all the items. The only things that we're not, storing automatically are like arrows and redstone and stuff like that. I just don't need a bajillion arrows, so I occasionally just come over here and I let those all loose, leave them on the ground, and let them despawn because, there's some items going through our item stream. I just don't need a million arrows. Here in the end portal room here, we do have some pop-up crafting tables, which are super useful. I didn't want one of those just sitting around, and there's no crafting tables in there. There's none in there. There's none in there. The only ones are in our adventuring room, which I'll show you here in a second. So yeah, I stuck one of these on each of the paths so that way they can kind of pop up, and I can put them away when I'm done with them. And there's a little bit more redstone over here just to get into the maintenance area of our base. So this chaos down here controls the pop-up crafting tables, and there's a little bit of redstone at each corner for these little double piston extenders that pop those blocks up into place. And then down here is the another area that maybe you've seen once. Not super sure, actually. Over on each of the sides here, we can access different farms. So like this is the underside of our, oh, that's good. Yeah, oh, that's great. Yeah, that's wonderful. So this is the reason that I want access to this. So all of the minecarts appear to have stopped, which is super frustrating. But basically, you can go in here and push these things along if you need to. And I'll have to do that here probably after the episode because, yeah, freaking minecarts stop randomly when you unload chunks. And yeah, I probably unloaded this while it was on because I'm a fool. And yeah, this is kind of like one of those areas that like, has like random stuff in it that you probably never see and stuff that I probably should clean up, but I probably never will. And I think there's a chest over here. No, I cleaned that up. Wow. Are you proud of me? You should be proud of me. There's also like random access into the stronghold. The stronghold is all lit up. Perfect. Nailed it. But there's like, paths going random places and all sorts of weirdness back here. So yeah, not a place that I take you very often, but since you're all the way this far into the episode, you get to see it. There's also the underside or the bottom of our melon and pumpkin farm, I think is over here. Yep. And so this is where the minecart unloads, and so it unloads into a hopper minecart that's actually connected or inside that block there, and it sends all those items into this chaos over here. This actually turns the farm on and off by basically keeping this minecart with hopper locked in place, and this is done through an observer chain, and it sends a super short pulse so it can spit out this block and pull it back when it needs to. That observer chain is actually part of this item elevator that goes into this item stream, and yeah, it's a little chaotic down here. It's a little tight. There's bedrock underneath here, so pretty sure there is. Yeah, there is. Wow, what luck I had there. So yeah, it's a little tight down here, but I did not want to get rid of this layer. This is like the bottom layer of the farm. I wanted to keep it because obviously more layers means more melons and pumpkins. So yeah, it's a little chaotic. I had to like build around bedrock down there too. It was rough. But yeah, super good. It's the reason I slabbed this area is because this is also a slime chunk, which is a fairly common occurrence here in my base. There's like slime chunks in every corner of the base. So yeah, had to slab that area because I didn't want slimes ruining the minecart there. Did I have a torch right here? No, everything seems to be pretty well lit. We'll just put that right there. I feel better. So yeah, over here is the bottom of the sugarcane farm, and I originally wasn't going to really have access to this, but there's you see that comparator right there? That comparator disappeared one time, literally just disappeared, and the farm stopped working. So yeah, I can access the redstone from down here and mostly just check on this disappearing comparator and make sure everything's cool. Occasionally this observer stops working too. I think that's a bug. It's happened to me before in prior versions of Minecraft, and it has happened once in this version too. It just stops observing things. It grows up all the way, and then it's done. So this done by like you have to like break it and replace it. Over here, there's an item stream that goes to a dropper, and there's one here that connects to the same side, and there's a pretty fast redstone clock there that will send all of the sugarcane up into the storage area. So yeah, this is a little underside of my base. Again, a little place that you probably don't see very much. I think I might have shown it one time. We can also climb up, and we end up right below the end portal, which always looks cool, especially when it's nighttime. Yeah, this is this granite chaos, by the way, is the yeah, this is the one that came down. That granite is all controlling the pop-up crafting tables as well. So wanted to make sure there was inputs from every location, be super convenient to be able to put it in. And of course you can turn it on with this one and turn it off with that one. Totally fine. So we'll go into my favorite part of the base here. This is the adventuring room. And the build design, the design of this room was, I was trying to use older Minecraft textures. So, it used to be you only had one type of wood and, cobblestone, and that was all your blocks. So I used a lot of older textures. Got some paintings here. Again, the blue. Of course, this is me going after battle with my amazing sword or walking stick. There's a lot of controversy around that. And then here's me on a Saturday in a t-shirt and a hoodie, I guess. I'm not really sure. And then down here is our only storage system, really. Yeah, I really like the design of this room. I enjoy coming in here. But this is our storage area and our bedroom. We can come over here and we can... Oh, yep, we can go to sleep, which wasn't actually planning on doing, but there we go. We have a little chest over here for random goodies, and there's of course one on the other side as well. And actually one of these two is going to get removed in the next episode or so, because we have some plans on what we're going to be doing on this part of the base. But over here we have our storage. We've got room for different enchanted items, and yeah, I don't have actually a ton in here, but random chest plates from the end and helmets. You'd hope there'd be a useful helmet in there, but there's not. There's some extra wings in here, which I can put a couple of those away. I didn't go through as many wings as I wanted. Got rockets, got your golden carrots, which I've crafted a ton of, ender pearls, gold blocks, etc. And over here, you've got your extra swords, picks, axes, and shovels. And yeah, once we get a little bit more villager trading going, this will have a lot more items in it. We got a couple of miscellaneous chests here with all sorts of junk in them. Our maps, which I'm super worried about accidentally picking up, but this is the old, or like the before maps and the after maps. Those are the ones that I showed you in the nether tunnel earlier. And then we do have some storage that's somewhat thought out. So this is like anything that's not stone or cobblestone, but you can see stone ended up in here. We got some shulker boxes with some of those things in them, and then stone and cobblestone. And then, yeah, this is where it gets chaotic, as I've since started dropping items in other places. And yeah, like there's nether items over here from digging those nether tunnels. And yeah, we need a storage system, and it's something I was planning on, building on the second level of the base. And yeah, we're going to do that very soon, because this room needs some help, man. It's rough in here. So, but yeah, this is the adventuring room. Like I said, one of my favorite builds that we've done so far. It's just a real simple like storage area. The idea here is that you'd have, different items that you might need if you end up dying and have to respawn here. You'd have food and, some wings, some rockets, ender pearls, etc., and be able to put on your armor and head out into the world and do your adventuring. So, but yeah, I think, is that about it? I think that's about it. Let's see here. The basin, iron storage. We got the mob farm. Yeah, guys, I think we nailed it, man. We've done it all. We've done it all. And let me just tell you, there is so many more things to do. I mean, we're just scratching the surface, just getting started in this world, and I cannot wait to do some more. And I think some of the next things that we're going to be doing is building out this part of our base. We've built the second level, and this whole circle thing, this is not the final shape of the base. There's going to be additional levels and layers, and the thing is going to spread out quite a lot, actually. It seems like it's really big right now, to me at least. That's a pretty giant circle, but this base is going to get a lot bigger. This is the redstone, by the way, for the mob farm. It's just a hopper clock. Pretty simple stuff, but it's turned off right now. There's like a little tower that goes up from that lab area to it. So, but yeah, guys, I think that's about it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the tour around the world. It's nice to kind of go back and see some things that I don't actually see very often, and some of the things that maybe you've never seen. So, but listen, if you enjoyed the episode, leave it a like. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below. If you have any ideas for any different part of our world or what we should be doing, I'd love to hear them. And if you've got any opinions on, whether we should do these every 25 episodes or 50 episodes or what have you, maybe we do something else that's special on the 50th episode, and on 25s and 75s we do tours, or maybe we just do them every 25 episodes because they're fun. I don't know. It's kind of up to you. I'll leave it up to you. I'm thinking, we'll do them fairly often, and that way you all can see different parts of the world, and if you've missed episodes or whatever, you'll be able to see the builds. And listen, if you're new and you watched the episode, you liked what you saw, and you enjoyed the world, make sure to subscribe. We've got tons and tons of stuff to do in this world, and wrong direction. And but in the meantime, while I smash my face into the world here, I think I will say farewell. Let me take my hat off here. How rude. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Again, if you did, leave it a like. And for now, I think I'll say goodbye because this has been Tyssassin. Whoa. And I'll see you in the next episode.
Meanwhile, across town in this less than fashionable cubbyhole of the San Francisco Examiner, these editors are programming today's copy of the paper into that same Ohio computer.